Good morning, everyone. It's November 2nd, and it's 8:30 in the morning. It was the fallback time, so it was 9:30, but now it's 8:30. So, yeah, that confused me for a little bit. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing great in your November no spend, low spend challenges. I just wanted to share what I'm doing this morning. I am making some oatmeal for breakfast. Just turn that off now and let it continue cooking on the stove. And Mr. Snowman has come out for Christmas time already. And here are those bones that made a cameo in my other video from when I made the chicken soup. When I wasn't feeling good. I'm still not 100%, but I am feeling better. So thank you to everyone who was wishing me well. And I am making a half a pot of coffee, and it's actually less grinds to make a pot rather than the single cup. So if I can, I prefer to do that. And then I have some leftover coffee from yesterday's pot that I will be adding to that pot. Shh, don't tell anyone. And that no one ever notices it. But that's why I'm only making a half pot, because I'm going to be adding that one in there. And yeah, that is what we are doing this morning. And I'm not sure if I'm making another soup with this or just gonna let it simmer for a while and then jar it and freeze it. We'll see how I feel, because I still have taco soup and still a bit of chicken soup left in the fridge right now. So that's what we are doing this morning, and I will continue working my way through the food in the fridge and sharing that with you. So I wish you all a very happy Sunday, sweet Sunday we used to call it, and I look forward to checking in with you later. Let me know how you guys are doing in the comments. I would love to know. We are only day 2, but yes, I have a good feelings for this month, and I am feeling better. So yay! Just having my my Halloween coffee. I don't know if I wished you all a happy Halloween. If I didn't, then happy Halloween. Happy belated Halloween. We didn't go anywhere because I was too sick, which I'm very sad about. But they are still young, so there's always next year. Alas, I'm just wanted to make this so that I will let you know that I'm going to be inserting some older clips that I have never put out yet, just to get them out there for you. So enjoy. So this is, or was, tonight's supper. We ate a good amount of it, but there's still plenty of leftovers for lunch or another supper. So I think I might freeze it. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of a break. I will link the recipe down below that I used, but I made some notes on what I had done instead. I used only a half a pound of the meat. The meat they asked for 1 pound. I only used a half pound, and I used ground pork instead of the beef or turkey. I used frozen garlic instead of the fresh. I only had ground oregano. I didn't have the regular dried oregano. I added onions, which I didn't ask for, but I added because I had lots. I used fresh blended tomatoes that were kind of smooth, like getting too soft to eat, and instead of canned crushed tomatoes. And then I also used 1 jalapeno, 1 green pepper instead of canned chili peppers. I didn't have any kidney beans, so I used black beans only. And they were also dried beans that I had pre-made and frozen. beforehand, and then I only had frozen corn, and I only used the 10 ounce instead of the 17 ounces they asked for. Then I also used regular chicken broth, but only 1 can, and I had that watered down instead of the low sodium beef broth, and instead of opening 2 cans to make 2 cups, because I didn't want to have to store the leftovers. And yeah, sorry, for my chicken scratch, I normally write a little bit neater, but I was trying to be in a hurry. So those are all the substitutions that I made for the recipe, so that you can see you don't have to go follow it, you know, word for word or ingredient for ingredient. You can substitute, which I always have. I don't think I've ever done a recipe ingredient for ingredient, except for maybe in my baking, possibly, but even there I normally do substitute as well. So yeah, that's what we had for supper. And the toppings, we had some sour cream and some tortilla chips and some frozen shredded cheese. I still have cheese left that's frozen from when I bought that 10-pound brick of cheese for $60. Sorry. And yeah, that's what we ate for supper, and it was delicious. And also, I thought I would just share this. Another thing that I do, this is frozen milk that I took out because we are out of milk now. And anytime I get milk for free from Isabel's work, I freeze it, or if I can find it on clearance, because sometimes they'll mark it down to like $1 or something, I always freeze it. As long as you let it thaw and you give it a really good shake, then it's good. We've never had any complaints. Obviously, if you freeze the higher concentrate or the higher percentage, then sometimes, like cream mostly, but the milk, I've never had any issues with it being lumpy or anything like that. So yeah, I always freeze milk if I can get it in bulk or for free. And speaking of milk, I had a huge, like 4-liter milk, and it was kind of just getting sour because we don't go through that much milk, so I actually froze the rest in these 2 ice cube trays. So this is 1% frozen milk, which I will be using in baking instead of, or cooking. But yeah, instead of throwing it down the drain, it is frozen and being used for extra cooking. So this is kind of an experiment that I made. This is a coconut curry. It's supposed to be white bean, white bean coconut curry, but I added a bunch of cauliflower that really needed to be used up. And I also had some ground pork and shredded carrots that I used for my spaghetti sauce, and I added those in there. And I added the rest of the coconut milk that I had from another meal that I made. And what else did I put in here? Oh yeah, and I put some of this chicken bouillon, garlic powder, and coconut oil, and just salt. Oh, and a little bit of cumin, and then it tastes so delicious. And then I'm going to be serving it on the side, on top of white rice. And I made a dried beans. I soaked them overnight, and that's what I'm using in here. And I still have lots left that I can use for something else to eat this week, or I can freeze them too. So that is what we're having for supper tonight, and I can tell you it tastes so yummy. Today's lunch is leftover baked beans and fried potatoes with some fresh tomato, a half hard-boiled egg, and the end butt piece of some ham and some ketchup. Yum yum. Oh, and of course salt and pepper. I also made some homemade iced coffee, aka leftover coffee made into iced coffee, and then some water. And I also made some chocolate chip cookies. They were left in the oven a little too long, but they're still actually quite yummy.
Yeah. Okay. I'm taking our treehouse flat. Make our house. Ready?
Where am I? What are you doing? He's telling them it's almost time to go. That's so nice. Well, I'm taking a video. You can watch it anytime now. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells.
You were longer. I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it.
What is this guy doing? Scary. Look at this big guy.
Look at that parrot. Cheese.
Proceed to the route.
That is pretty neat. Oh, you guys are so cute. Because he doesn't have a home right now. He will though. Hey guys, I thought I would check in with you all. Today we are just painting some Barbie beds. We made a bubblegum bed for Wyatt and another little bed for Chelsea. Caroline wanted to paint hers green. As you can see here, I know it looks like garbage, and most of it actually is. But we've been busy crafting and making things for a Barbie house, which I will show you in a little bit, that we actually found in the garbage too. So this is something that we can do for basically for free. It's all stuff that I've collected over time. And yeah, this is actually just an old phone box, and this is just some cardboard that I cut and put together. And here I wanted to show you a good way to replant. This is just a few, but I have a whole bunch of them. Actually, I'll show you that next. But these are some marigolds that I wanted to dry out for next year. And this is actually an old mask from when you had to wear masks all the time during COVID. And so I just cut it up, and I'm going to use it to make a pillow for the Barbie house. So that's, I mean, if you still have your masks, you can use them for little crafting projects. I still have a bunch of mine. And then in here I have collected over time, whoops, sorry about that. So in here I just have a bunch of like things that I have been collecting. There's a pair of like little baby pants in here that looked really neat. They're from Thailand for my sister, and I wanted to do a little project with that. There's some really pretty napkins, but they're terrible for napkins, but I wanted to use the fabric for something else. I have some cut up jeans. I have a rice bag in here. I have like old baby blankets, some pieces of old curtains and handkerchiefs, and this is a little old jewelry bag that I thought was really pretty that I can use for something. Yeah, I just save little things that look pretty, but I have no use for them. But I do a lot of crafting, and this is actually an old bra that I saved. I just really like the design on it. But yeah, it just, you can make a lot of things with things that you don't want. So instead of getting rid of things all the time, I do like to save some, because I do make quite a bit of things for around the house and for the kids as well. And I've actually also added some mint. I have mint in my garden, and I cut a bunch up. This was from my Oma, and I added to it instead of getting rid of the jar. So yeah, I can make teas from this, and it tastes really nice. In case you didn't see, I have a little garden of beet tops here growing, so I can make a beet top salad. It tastes so good. And I did dig up my parsley from the garden. It finally started growing outside, so I didn't want it to die. And here are some cutoffs of basil that I need to plant. This was actually from the store, and they have roots now, so I do need to plant those in a pot sooner than later. So that is another way I am saving money right now. Don't mind the dirty dishes. And I just figured I would show you this. These are a bunch of old makeup brushes that I was given. And I just washed them, and I am going to just use these for like painting crafts and stuff like that, instead of using them for makeup myself. I mean, I suppose I could use them for makeup, but I have the brushes that I already like and need, and instead of throwing these out, I figured I could come up with another use for them. And in here we have some sunflowers that I chopped off so that they could dry up, that we're gonna plant next year, because this year they just popped up in my flower bed and I didn't even plant them, but I would like to plant some next year.